Hi there guys, here I am for another video. In today's video we're gonna be discussing um discussing this certain criticism toward counter criticism towards um the horror remake horror or any kind of genre of remakes, any uh, genre of remakes, this counter argument that people who are pro remakes say. And just to give you my brief, just to give you my brief 2 cents, just in case this is your video seeing me do first video seeing me doing about remakes. I'm not 100% against remakes. Some of them I'm pro. I'm actually I'm not anti remakes. It pisses me off people's little bitching about remakes, because some of them aren't bad. Some of them aren't bad. Some of them aren't bad. It's just people that just don't think for themselves, and they go like, since it's a remake, it has to be a shitty fucking movie. Watch Funny Games. Watch the Funny Games remake. That's a terrific remake. Um, Go and check out the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. Go and check out the there's plenty of remakes that are good, and then there's plenty that are shit, and like the Evil Dead remake, um, I Spit on Your Grave remake, and Nightmare on Elm Street. Those are the only three ones that are really shitty, really shitty. Also, Rob Zombie's Halloween 1, 2, those are shitty remakes. Those are the five remakes or reboots that are really shitty films. Just shitty films. But I meant four. Yeah, I meant four. But most of them aren't bad. The Friday 13th remake, there's something about that one that isn't bad. Isn't bad. The 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 don't know, fucking dogs being little assholes. Anyways, yeah, there's plenty of good remakes. Cabin in the Woods, I consider Cabin in the Woods an Evil Dead remake. That is the Evil Dead remake. Yeah, but the thing is that the counter argument for people who are pro remakes is is finally the remake is different and is different. And that's good, and that's also it's the majority of horror remakes. I get that counter argument by people who are defending them, and it's a good argument in some cases. In some cases, yeah, but okay. If you're doing a sequel, then go ahead and do something different. Different. See, sequels, I just wish for Hollywood. Honestly, I don't hate remakes. Honestly don't hate remakes. But no, the remakes that I hate hate to death, like the Evil Dead remake. Like the Evil Dead remake. the 3 films that came before it in the original series, none of them were shit. None of them were shitty movies. None of them were shitty movies. So why go ahead and remake it when fans been asking for a part 4? That's the only thing that really ticks me off about remakes. It's fine if the original story comes to a closure. With the original Halloween series. That story didn't come to a closure. It had Michael Myers still alive. So, if you're going to do a remake, close the original story. Make sure that the original the original film's stories ends on a very conclusive note. Instead of being like, oh, Michael Myers in the morgue, he wakes up and she checks him, and then that's all we see of that Michael, and then we get to see the remake Michael, which there isn't much to do with that Michael. That Michael is a disgrace to the original series Michael. Yeah. The Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy and Jason series, Freddy and Jason films, the remake for Friday 13th, the Friday 13th remake wasn't a bad film, but there was plenty of opportunities to continue with that franchise, You could have had like about, I don't know, 7 or 8, I don't know, like 12 sequels to Freddy vs. Jason. You could have had Jason X going along at the same time. I say that would be fucking cool. To have the Freddy vs. Jason series going on, and then the Jason X series going on at the same time. Both of them are spin-offs from the original 9 films. Both of them are spin-offs from the original 9 films. One is just a continuing the misadventures of Jason in a future setting, and the other one is just Freddy and Jason duking and get out with some horror guests. Leatherface, I don't know, Pinhead. They coming together. That would have been cool. Have Ash from the Evil Dead pop up. I don't know. Would have been cool. But that isn't going to happen. Okay. I know that isn't going to happen, because it's more of a money making idea. There's more creativity for the film viewers to go along with that. I say that would be cool. So yeah, you have that. And the Nightmare on Elm Street remake sucked ass. See, it's just the films. It's just I love practically every Halloween film besides in the original series, besides 5 and 6. I'm a little bit more protective of that series. Because I have more of an emotional connection to that series, than I do with the Friday 13th series. The Friday 13th series, I like a majority of the films. Majority of the films aren't bad films, but not really protective. I'm not really protective. I'm not very loyal to those films because, like, yeah, and it's just as a series that I have, or remake of a film that I have a serious protection over, that I get pissed off about the remake. I'm very protective of the originals. I Spit on Your Grave. I love that film. That was a great film. That was a classic film. A classic film. But the remake of it was just a shitty film. Shitty film. If you really want to go and see a good remake of a rape revenge movie, go and see the Last House on the Left remake. That was actually a pretty decent film. Decent film. It was really well done. Um, I fucking hated the original Last House on the Left. I think that was really unnecessarily goofy and was just a trashy film. Hated that film. Hated that film. But yeah. Some films I like. I like the original My Bloody Valentine. The original My Bloody Valentine. But I also love the remake. The remake, sure, there's a lot of people that were demanding the sequel to the original, and I'm like, okay, this is kind of necessary. I love the original My Bloody Valentine, but but I honestly, if you watch the remake, that's a perfect example of how to do a remake correctly. A remake correctly. Patrick Lussier, however you said it, didn't fuck up. None of his films were fuck ups. I haven't seen White Noise 2 yet, but all of his films, and I've seen all of them besides White Noise 2, all of them are non-fuck up movies. All of them are great films. Drive Angry was a fun film. The Dracula 2000 series it's a great series. Sure, Dracula 2 and 3 have problems. Dracula 2000 is the only one of that series that doesn't have problems, and it's a 100% a good film. And The Prophecy 3, I'm a big fan of the Prophecy series, all 5 of those films, and he done the funnest one out of all of them. And you're probably saying, well, how can I take this kid seriously? He loves practically everything, a lot of fucking movies. I'm a movie fan. And I'm not just saying that because I want to defend myself as a movie fan like most people do. I'm just legitimately saying that I'm a movie fan, and if I have little films, just a small amount of films that I actually hate and not like. But with a series like Halloween, I have a deeper connection to that series. Sure, 5 and 6 are awful films. Awful films, but I have a series. I have something for that series, and that series has. I just cannot. I have to be. I'm loyal. I don't have to be. I'm loyal. I'm loyal to that original series. And my loyalness to that original series is going to affect my view on a remake that is ultimately unnecessary. And I know that there's going to be people out there saying, you liked Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, you loved Halloween Resurrection. Yes, I did. Those are 2 great films. Fuck all the haters. Halloween 3 is starting to get a little bit more love, and I appreciate that. I appreciate the shit out of that. But Halloween Resurrection, it seemed like it's not getting the love it deserves. It's a terrific film. Go and watch the Halloween, Rob Zombie's Halloween. Watch that film, then watch Rob Zombie's 2 Halloween films. And come to me and say, well, I actually like how Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 1 2 better. 1 2 better. Then go ahead and watch your scummy fucking movies that have profanities laced through it, and just ultimately no likable characters, no badass people who fight for their survival, and protect a girl, 80s action star way, in an 80s action star way in a horror film, like Busta Rhymes is the John McClane of that film. He's the John McClane of that film. And I honestly say fuck the haters, because that is just a terrific film. And all of the criticisms, and just this one stupid minor thing, all the criticisms towards that film are, I hate that film because Busta Rhymes beats up Michael Myers. Okay. You're gonna hate that film because there's a black guy who, a rapper who's an actor in that film, who's acting out a terrific performance, a really likable performance, and ultimately has a character arc, and gets serious when he needs to. Says some pretty cool one-liners like John McClane would do if he was in the Halloween series scenario. Protects a girl, fights for survival. You much rather not see that film and see two rednecks who go in a mentally challenged person's room, and rape a girl. And you much rather see a mom who has a little baby that she needs to take care of commit suicide. You much rather watch that film. You much rather watch a film where a girl has these flashy headache-inducing things where it's just like sets of a House of 1,000 Corpses, but with this girl knocking on a window, knocking on her corpse that is a see-through, and screaming "fuck." Seeing a piece of shit father who honestly would have been badass if he defended himself when Michael Myers was gonna kill him, but no, we got a drunken stepfather who beats up Michael. Yeah, you much rather like that film. Halloween Resurrection's a great film. Yeah, and I'll get to that. In another video. Fucking Halloween fans nowadays. Yeah. And I also have a connection to the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. There's only legitimately one bad film in that franchise. A Nightmare on Elm Street 5. That was the worst out of all of them. Even worse than the remake. But I still I love the first four. Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare is a good film. It's really good. It's funny. It has, I don't know, has a new mythology to the characters, some great flashbacks, and a whole bunch of stuff. fuck the haters of Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare. And Wes Craven's New Nightmare, terrific film. Terrific film. It was what the series needed. You have then you have Freddy vs. Jason, great film. A lot of people are gonna bitch because Kane Hodder's playing Jason no more, and oh my God, Ronnie Hughes a terrible director. Let's bitch about that. That doesn't mean shit. But watch the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. Watch the bland acting of some hotties like Ronnie Mara. She's beautiful in that film, but that doesn't really mean shit. Have Kyle Gallner, who honestly showed some acting talents in quite a few films, being at his blandest. Whatever. The thing is, and in the Evil Dead series, all three of those films are great films. We needed a part 4, not a remake. But got those. And if you're gonna make a sequel, make it different. That's what sequels are for. Different. If you're gonna make a remake, then it has to be the same, because it's fucking pointless. Fucking pointless you doing it in the first place. It's fucking pointless you doing it in the first place. But if you're gonna do it, make it the same, because if you're gonna do you basically with remakes, they're products. Remakes are products. That's all that remakes are. Products. Sequels are art. Remakes are just products. Yeah. Don't tell me that. Oh my God, yeah. Remakes are products. They are productions of productions. No, they are products of a successful series. Plain and simple. Sequels are art. Remakes are just products. And that's the way Hollywood's viewing it as. And I honestly just say if a series is that fucked up, that you don't want to continue with it. There's plenty of fucking good examples. Good fucking examples to I don't know. Go along to make that series fresh, original. Watch Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Watch Halloween H2O. Watch Halloween H2O. Those are good examples of what you do if a franchise is becoming a little bit off. You don't start over. You don't start over technically. You still Halloween H2O ignored 4 through 6, actually 3 through 6. But does that mean, yeah, you have that? But it's easy. It's still part of the original series. And there you go. That's a perfect example. Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Saw an excellent video that kind of makes it a neat trilogy on Renegade Cuts. That is a beautiful dream where there's just a trilogy films. Part 1, 7 in New Nightmare as a trilogy in the films, and he went on to say that part 2 and part 4 and part 6 are horrible films. Indirectly he said that. I disagree, but I don't hate remakes. I honestly don't hate remakes, but yeah, I just want to figure out a way to make more videos talking about shit that I love, and this is what it is. Goodbye.